Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's your paper and pencil and there's your topic. I'd like you to describe a gift or present that somebody gave you recently. Okay, there you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop here. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start speaking now?
Well, recently, someone gave a gift. Yes, really, cool. It was good gift. Do you think this could happen to you in the exam? Well, it's totally understandable to feel a bit jittery when it comes to part 2 of the IELTS speaking test. I mean, let's face it, being asked to speak on your own without any cues or prompts can be nerve-wracking. And then there's this extra added pressure of knowing you're being timed. It's like a countdown in your head, right? And you start wondering things like, have I spoken enough? Am I rambling? It's all too common even for the most prepared test takers, but fear not. Today I'm here to share a game-changing strategy to simplify the IELTS cue card process. So this 5-step strategy is important for you to understand in order to ace the IELTS speaking part of the test. So starting with understanding the part 2 format. So what is IELTS part 2 about? And then understanding the question, what the examiner is trying to ask you. Moving on to step 3 as brainstorming ideas. To step 4, which is crafting your response. And finally, your step 5, which is speaking confidently and coherently, which is the most important part of the speaking test. Trust me, with this 5-step approach, you will be confidently speaking about any topic that comes your way. Oh, and yes, if we haven't met yet, I'm Simar, your go-to English language teacher for IELTS exam preparation. I have got a fancy Cambridge CELTA certification under my belt and aced the IELTS with a band 9 across all 4 modules. So let's dive in and crack that cue card game. Shall we? Let's get in. So of these 5 steps, the first step is to familiarize yourself with the task. First things first, let's break down what to expect in IELTS speaking part 2. You will be given a cue card with a topic and prompt. You will have 1 minute to prepare and then you will need to speak for 2 minutes on that topic provided. Now, here's the catch. You can't change the topic. This question has been asked to me by so many students that can I change the topic if I don't know what to talk or what to say? Whatever is on the card, you have to talk about it. But hey, you got a minute to gather your thoughts before you start speaking. And now let's talk about the speaking part itself. You've got exactly 2 minutes to speak continuously on the topic given. The examiner will signal when your time is up. The whole test, including that 1 minute preparation time, lasts for about 2 to 3 minutes. So it's crucial to understand what type of topics you might encounter. I have got you covered. I have included some common topic types in the description below, which you can simply download and use for your IELTS preparation. Now take a look at this example prompt on the screen. So this is the type of question you'll get on the exam day. Also on the test day, you will receive a booklet or sheet with the cue card. Remember, don't write on that booklet or the sheet, but feel free to use the paper, the separate paper that's been provided to you by the examiner for jotting down any thoughts that you may have. Let me tell you a little secret about the IELTS speaking test that many people miss out on. Once you're done talking about part 2 topic, there's a sneaky step called rounding off questions before part 3 kicks in. These questions are pretty simple and straightforward, meant to help you transition smoothly from giving a speech to having a discussion. So imagine you're talking about a recent holiday for part 2, then the examiner might ask you something like, would you want to go back there again? Do you think others should go on a similar holiday? These questions are directly related to what you just talked about and help you shift gears for the next part. So don't switch off once you finish your part 2 talk. Be ready for those rounding off questions. They are your little badges to next part of the test. Moving on to step 2, understanding the question prompt. You must thoroughly understand the cue card prompt provided by the IELTS examiner. This involves carefully reading and analyzing the prompt to ensure a complete understanding of the topic and any accompanying instructions or questions. Now, if there are any uncertainties regarding the prompt, you can seek clarification from the IELTS examiner. While candidates are not explicitly assessed on their task response, fully comprehending the prompt is crucial for delivering a coherent and relevant response. Step 3 is brainstorming ideas. So it involves, brainstorming ideas for crafting a well-rounded response to the cue card prompt. For example, if the prompt instructs a candidate to describe a memorable birthday celebration, they might brainstorm key elements such as location of the celebration, people present there, memorable activities, events that occurred, and also could add, some sort of anecdotes. And this brainstorming process helps the candidates to generate a variety of ideas and examples that they can draw upon during their response. It is essential to consider different perspectives and details to ensure the comprehensive and engaging narrative. Coming up with the ideas is an important step to prepare for your speaking test. Here are some of the tips that can help you brainstorm your ideas effectively. So, number 1, free writing. Take a few minutes to write down any thoughts or memories that come to your mind about the topic. And don't worry too much about making it perfect. Just let your ideas flow. The next one is mind mapping. This is my personal favorite, and I encourage all students to use this in their speaking test. So draw a map on a piece of paper with the main topic in the center and branches coming off of it for related ideas. This can help you see connections between different aspects of the topic and, help you craft your response in a beautiful way. Next one, association. Think about words or images that are connected to the topic and write them down. For example, if the topic is about vacation, think about, places you have been or things you have done on the vacations. And this can beautifully help you generate some of the important ideas. Moving on to the next, personal experience. Consider your own experience related to the topic. Think about specific events or moments that stand out to you and could make for a good story to the examiner. And finally, use the prompt words. Look at the words in the prompt and use them to help you brainstorm ideas. If the prompt includes the words like celebration, memorable, think about the times in your life that were special and memorable. Let me give you an example. So here's the cue card prompt. Describe a memorable birthday celebration you attended. When you're brainstorming ideas, think about where it happened. At home, in a restaurant, at the beach, who was there? Family, friends, relatives, classmates, what we did. Ate cake, played games, sang songs, how it felt, happy, excited, surprised, something special, a surprise party, funny moment, meaningful gift. So by using all these techniques, you will be better prepared to speak confidently and fluently about the topic when it's time for your test. So moving on to step 4, which is organizing your response. So in step 4, we move beyond brainstorming and dive into the art of crafting a well-organized and articulate response. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it that counts. So let's break it down. So first up, crafting an introduction that grabs the attention and sets the stage for your response. So everyone says first impression is the last impression. Think of it as your opening act, a chance to hook the examiner from the get-go. Here are some phrases you can use to kick off your speech. I'd like to begin by, let me start off by saying, allow me to introduce. Remember, a strong introduction sets the tone for the best of your response. Once you've set the stage, it's time to dive into the meat of your response. Elaborate on the key points in a structured manner using versatile sentences and transitions to maintain coherence. Transition phrases like furthermore, in addition to, moreover, can help you smoothly move from one topic to another. And don't forget about, using the versatile sentences. Like one aspect to this, another aspect worth mentioning is, another factor to consider is, and it's important to note that to add depth and clarity to your response. Now, let's spice up your speech with some vocabulary and idioms. Introduce topic-related vocabulary to enrich your response. For example, if your cue card prompt is about travel, words like destination, explore, adventure can paint a vivid picture for the examiner. And don't underestimate the power of idioms. Phrases like a breath of fresh air, hit the nail on the head, and bite the bullet add flair to sophistication to your speech. So don't forget that. Think about some vocabulary and memorize phrases that you can use in your cue card. I have personally taken IELTS exam 6 times, and trust me, I have used some memorized idioms and phrases in the speaking test, receiving a perfect score of 9. You cannot speak a completely memorized phrase. However, you can work smartly and fit your memorized phrases, vocabulary, and idioms into the context of your cue card. For example, the 2 most commonly used idioms that I use almost every test are over the moon and a piece of cake. So let's say you're talking about something good, you can say I was over the moon. Similarly, when talking about something easy, you can say it's a piece of cake for me. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to cram a lot of idioms, a lot of phrases, and a lot of versatile sentences, but have a good dictionary of some of the words and some of the idioms and sentences with you so that you can flexibly use them into your part 2 of the speaking test. I have a notebook with me where I write down the important idioms, versatile sentences, topic-related vocabulary, so I can use it in context. And I think we all have different ways of learning things. So whatever works for you, you can do that way. But it is important to showcase your vocabulary in terms of using idioms and in terms of using topic-related vocabulary, both on your IELTS speaking part 2. And that's why you have this important part of the speaking test where you actually get 1 minute to brainstorm your ideas and craft your response before moving on to the final step where you actually deliver what you have prepared, which is speaking confidently and fluently. So let's move on to that part. My first tip here is speak with a normal speech rate. Not too fast, not too slow. Some test takers start speaking very quickly at the beginning of their long term because they are nervous. Then they stop suddenly with nothing else to say. Only after 1 minute of the speaking, they would stop, and the examiner who's looking at the timer will wait for the test taker to keep going. And if they don't, they will be asked if they have anything more to say. This is a clear signal to keep speaking about the topic. The examiner will listen quietly to what you have to say, as this is your time to show that you can actually speak at length on the topic. So start off with a measured pace, not too fast, not too slow, if it helps you calm down. Like I said earlier, start your talk with the memorized phrases. For example, today I would like to describe XYZ to you. Breathe between the sentences. This will help you with your pace and will also help you with your stress and rhythm. If you stop, don't worry. There are some tips to help you. These tips are strategies we use every day to hide that we don't know exactly what we want to say. Listen carefully to the politicians. They do it all the time. So these tips will help you to sound more fluent as you are able to keep speaking in a logical way. For example, if you are not sure about what to say next, use stalling phrases. For example, say, what else can I say about that? Well, another thing about this is that and this gives you a little bit time to think about what you wanted to say. The second example is refer directly to your task card. Read out the prompt, changing the structure as you read it. For example, what did I use it for? Well, that's interesting. I actually used it for XYZ. Number 3. If the examiner is pausing and waiting for you to keep speaking, acknowledge that you still have more time left. Oh, I still have more time left. Well, to describe the memorable moment of my life in detail, it is, and then say something. Another thing, if the examiner asks you, do you have anything else to say? Always say yes, and then continue speaking. Avoid fillers like as they are meaningless and show that you are struggling to produce language and ideas. Use of some natural fillers is fine. I'm not saying you can't use fillers at all. Some natural fillers can be fine, but overusing fillers can actually adversely impact your IELTS speaking band score on fluency and coherence. Finally, use hesitation devices to show that you can use a wider range of cohesive devices and can think logically. For example, well, let me think. Let's see. It was a long time ago, but I can't really remember. These kind of words can help you think about the topic and also shows the examiner that you have a lot more to say. Finally, let's talk about confidence boosters. Smile and make eye contact with the examiner, and use positive body language to convey your confidence. Remember, it's okay if the examiner does not respond or show emotions. Keep speaking until you're asked to stop. And there you have it, our comprehensive guide to mastering the IELTS speaking test. From understanding the format to crafting your response with confidence and fluency, we have covered it all. Remember, success in IELTS isn't just about your language skills, it's about how you approach the test and apply what you have learned. This is to all the test takers out there. I want to leave you with this. Believe in yourself. You have put the hard work, you have honed your skills, and now it's time to show the world what you are made of. Whether you're aiming for the dream university, a new job opportunity, or simply looking to challenge yourself, know that you have what it takes to succeed. So as you step into the exam room, remember the 5 steps that we have just discussed. Familiarize yourself with the format, understand the cue card prompt, brainstorming ideas, crafting your response beautifully with care, and speaking confidently and fluently. Above all, approach the test with confidence and determination and a positive mindset. You got this. Thank you for joining us on this journey to conquer the IELTS speaking test. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable tips and strategies. Until next time, keep striving for the excellence and never stop learning. Best of luck for your IELTS journey. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you.